Welcome to Blue Spoon Veggie. Today I'm making a colourful beetroot risotto topped with goat's cheese. If, like me, you also live in a northerly climate, you might feel that in the depths of winter cooking up a vibrant meal can help to lift your spirits on a dreary day. The fact that beetroot are in season where I live makes me even happier to be cooking with them at this time of year. My ingredients for the risotto are some uncooked beetroot, shallots, arborio rice, vegetable stock, wine, you can use red or white wine, thyme, goat's cheese, and black pepper, and I've already placed the butter and oil in a large pan. You can find full details of today's ingredients in the description below. Now let's start by putting our raw beetroot on to cook. Place 2 beetroot in a large pan, cover with plenty of boiling water and boil for 1 hour until tender. Once the beetroot are cooked and you've slid off the skins, pop one of them into a small food processor and blend until very finely chopped. Dice the other beetroot into small cubes. I'm wearing these stylish gloves to avoid getting beetroot stained hands. Your blitzed and diced beetroots will look something like this. Next, I'm going to peel the 2 shallots and chop them finely. Keep chopping until they look like this. Back to the pan now. Melt the oil and butter over a medium heat. Add in the shallots to the pan and stir to coat with the oil and butter. Cook the shallots slowly until they're softened and slightly golden. The spoon I'm using is a special risotto spoon designed to allow the grains of rice to pass through the whole undamaged, which is supposed to result in a tastier risotto. It's a lovely thought that different generations of cooks have all used the same special utensils. Now add in the rice. Strip the leaves from 2 sprigs of thyme into the pan as well. Stir the rice and thyme with the buttery shallots. If you like, you can add in the wine at this stage and simmer until the liquid is absorbed. Personally, I always add the wine later on with the stock. Place a pan of your hot vegetable stock on the heat to keep it warm. Since risotto is all about stirring, go ahead and give both pans a stir. Now it's time to start adding the hot stock to the rice pan. Start by adding 2 spoons of stock. I was considering adding a third, but let's stir in the first 2 and see how it looks. Let's add in the wine at this point. I simply add both liquids at the same time and find the finished risotto tastes the same. Most commonly with risotto, white wine is used, but because this is a brightly coloured risotto, red works well too. Either a dry white wine or a fruity red wine like Grenache pair well with the beetroot. Continue adding in 1 or 2 spoonfuls of stock at a time as the rice absorbs it. In between tending to the needs of the risotto, let's prepare the goat's cheese rounds ready to top the finished dish. I've lined an oven tray with tinfoil ready to grill the cheese. Making sure the cheese is well chilled, slice through it horizontally. It's a little fiddly cutting the cheese, but if you work carefully and slowly, you will end up with 2 rounds. I'm using a French goat's cheese which is fresh and citrusy and contrasts well with the earthy flavours of the beetroot. If you're not a fan of goat's cheese, beetroot also pairs well with feta or blue cheese. Transfer each slice of the cheese to the foil-lined tray. Don't forget to check on the risotto frequently and keep stirring. The rice grains have absorbed the earlier spoonfuls of liquid, so I'm going to add the rest of the stock now. Depending how al dente you like your risotto, the cooking process should take no longer than 20 minutes. Grilling the goat's cheese takes around 3 to 4 minutes under a preheated grill, so once you've added the final spoonfuls of stock to the risotto, put the cheese on to grill. Towards the end of the cooking time, the risotto is more likely to stick to the pan, so keep gently stirring until all the liquid has been absorbed and the rice is cooked to your liking. Now it's time for my favourite part of the recipe. stirring in the gorgeous beetroot. It's a good idea to swap your wooden spoon for one that won't stain. Cooking with beetroot can get very messy, so stir in the first bowl of beetroot and incorporate well into the risotto. Into the already brightly coloured pan, add the remainder of the beetroot. Once all the beetroot is thoroughly mixed in, you will end up with the pinkest dinner you'll ever eat. Your goat's cheese will be nicely browned and melted slightly by this point, so top the dished up risotto with the rounds of cheese. Then it's time to serve up this plate of sunshine food. I hope it lifts your spirits to cook and eat this dish as it lifts mine. If you've enjoyed cooking this beautiful risotto with me, then please like and subscribe for more recipes from Blue Spoon Veggie.